Welcome back to Mastering MHA MBA. In part 1, we asked what it means to be a manager. Now we get practical. In part 2, we break down what managers actually do all day and the specific skills that separate the good from the great. A manager's real workday is fast, messy, and full of interruptions. Emails, meetings, sudden problems. But underneath the chaos, the job has a clear structure: 4 functions, 3 roles, and 3 core skills. Let us make sense of it. Everything a manager does fits into one continuous cycle called the management process: plan, organize, lead, and control. It is not a one-time checklist. It runs in a loop every day at every level. Let us take each function in turn. It starts with planning. Planning means setting objectives and deciding how to reach them. You choose the direction before you move. When Ernst and Young saw women leaving the firm faster than men, leadership set a clear planning goal: cut that turnover. A plan gives everyone a shared destination. Next comes organizing. Organizing is assigning tasks, allocating resources, and coordinating people. It turns a plan into structure. At Ernst and Young, that meant creating a dedicated office of retention and task forces to attack the problem. The best plan in the world fails without organizing behind it. Then there is leading. Leading is arousing enthusiasm and inspiring people to do their best work. Not every manager is a good leader, but every great manager is. At Ernst and Young, that looked like call-free holidays and travel limits to protect work-life balance. Leading is how plans gain real commitment. Finally, controlling. Controlling means measuring results against your objectives and adjusting when they drift. Things rarely go exactly as planned. Ernst and Young tracked retention rates, compared them to the goal, and tuned their programs. Control closes the loop and feeds the next round of planning. But functions describe what managers achieve, not how they behave minute to minute. Scholar Henry Mintzberg studied that and found 3 sets of roles: informational roles, giving, getting, and analyzing information; interpersonal roles, dealing with people; and decisional roles, using information to make calls. All 3 run alongside the 4 functions. Mintzberg broke those 3 roles into 9 specific hats a manager wears. As an informational manager, you are a monitor, a disseminator, and a spokesperson. Interpersonally, you are a figurehead, a leader, and a liaison. And in decisions, you are an entrepreneur, a disturbance handler, a resource allocator, and a negotiator, often all in the same hour. Here is a skill the org chart hides. Scholar John Cotter found that great managers excel at agenda setting and networking. They keep clear action priorities in mind, and they build relationships before they need them. That web of relationships becomes social capital. The ability to get help from people who do not report to you. A 2-minute hallway conversation can move a project forward. To pull all of this off, managers rely on 3 kinds of skill: technical skill, the ability to do a specific task; human skill, the ability to work well with people; and conceptual skill, the ability to see the big picture and think through complex problems. Here is the key insight about those skills. The mix changes as you rise. Early in your career, technical skill carries you. Human skill matters at every single level, but the higher you climb, the more conceptual skill takes over, because your decisions get bigger and more abstract. The higher you go, the bigger you have to think. Now, today's reality. Companies are flattening. The average manager's span of control rose from about 11 direct reports in 2024 to over 12 in 2025, and roughly 4 in 10 organizations have cut entire management layers. Middle management took the hardest hit, accounting for about a third of recent layoffs. The lesson: the manager who masters these functions and skills becomes more valuable, not less. Let us recap. Managers run a 4-part process: plan, organize, lead, and control. They play informational, interpersonal, and decisional roles. They build networks and social capital. And they blend technical, human, and conceptual skills, leaning more conceptual as they rise. This builds on our chapter notes from Schermerhorn and Bachrach's Exploring Management, 7th edition, with the roles framework from Henry Mintzberg, the networking insight from John Cotter, and current span of control data from Gallup. We always show you the sources. That is what managers actually do. In part 3, the final part of chapter 1, we look at the forces reshaping management careers right now: globalization, ethics, diversity, and artificial intelligence. If this is helping, subscribe, and we will see you there.